Can you please speak to Tia and what it is that you'd like us to help you with tonight?
She's really stressed from where we've been living. We've been under a lot of noise from an above neighbor for about a year now, where there's a lot of pounding, and she had started feeling really stressed and had problems emptying her bladder and got some colitis. So I finally have sold, and we're in a crazy market up here in BC. So I'm looking for a new home. So it's, I guess, helping like the physical issues she's having and to release the stress. And I know she'll be anxious when we move to a new place, and I don't know where that's going to be.
Yeah, so there's still this big stress thing is going on. So
Yes.
I'm going to ask Grandmother Sunflower now exactly how she wants to proceed with this. And I'm going to bring in my drum, because when I'm journeying, I use a drum. But I'm going to keep it super low so that it's not interfering with the voice. And I'm going to actually drop it down at my legs so that it's just low and soft. We're bringing the circle back together, and I'm centering myself into it. The first thing I do is reconnect with my tree and notice the spirits on the directions, and ask the spirits who will be instrumental in helping Tia and Jen come in. From the east comes a beautiful woman wearing white, goddess-like. She is an aspect of Bridget, and she is the guardian for Jen. She's Jen's guardian. She is the spirit who has been overseeing and holding the space for Jen as she desperately has looked to resolve this situation. And she's grateful to be here. She's very Bridget-like. From the south is Grandmother Sunflower. From the east is Mac, a teacher of mine who helps me cross over stuff that needs to be transmuted and bring back stuff that needs to be restored. Energy, souls, whatever. And from the north is Amber. Hello, everybody, Amber says. Amber's Scottish ancestress of mine from around the 600s. And she's very grateful to be here with you all. Grandmother Sunflower lays open the center of the circle and transfigures it to be just for the cat and the lady. The first thing we see is that Tia needs this protection before she will come in. There is a very large orange cat behind her, like a big old Tom who protects her. We ask the trees to come closer so that you all, the audience listening, become part of the sacred circle and therefore part of her safety. And it's interesting. I hope you can feel that as you become part of the forest that creates our boundary of safe space. Grandmother puts another bubble around it, and then, like a big tent, and we're in. Hi, Jen. Good to see you.
Hi.
Okay, Tia. We have good news, dear. She looks at me. The first thing I do after I have set the sacred space is check in with the animal to make sure that I can connect with them. And her eyes, of course, are a window, but there's more to it. Her heart has an energy that reaches outward. She feels outward with her heart like an octopus uses tentacles. It's crazy. And she's learned how to use her heart shield to pull a shield up over herself, because it's not just the noise from the neighbors, it's the quality of their interactions. It's their static. Grandmother says we have 3 things to do today with this. 1, remove any intrusions from, I'm going to call her Mau Mau, from Tia, from Mau Mau, so that she can relax. Remove the stored energy of stress out of her tissue and do healing work on her whole urinary tract. 1. 2, we look at her. Would you like that? Yes.
Yes.
The other thing we're going to do is align Jen with the lady so that Jen's pathway to her new home with none of this is facilitated. Oh, you know who she is? She is an aspect of Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is famous for helping people with housing, selling houses, finding houses. Thank you.
That's Carla.
And so now, are you ready, little kitty? She puts her head out like that, yes. I put my hand on her head and offer her the power of the tree, the water, the connected flow. And I feel for where she has intrusions. Her heart chakra has very much blocked. So we're just asking that to dissolve, and I ask the power animal who will do this. Come through me now. I've been working lately with this fabulous long-eared rabbit. It's an Arizona jackrabbit, new power animal for me. He merges into me, and he uses his front teeth to find the little places. They look like calcification in the tissue. They're white chunks that need to be removed. These are intrusions. They're energetic aspects of the problem, whatever the problem is. And in this case, it's just the building up of fears. And as he starts releasing them, the body identifies them, and they begin to flood out. Grandmother Sunflower puts a cloak over her and absorbs them as she's passing the cloak through Tia. I can see this cloak going through like a sieve. And as she gets into the kidney liver area, it's very dense with disruptions. It looks like amoebas swimming around to me. That doesn't mean it's amoebas. I see things in metaphor. Grandmother says it does mean it's alive, and we are dealing with the balancing of her immune system against a pathogen. Okay. That's information. It is not diagnosis. It doesn't say what the pathogen is or anything like that, but it's enough for us to do something about it, which is our whole job, to do something about what we find. She has these new sponges. She's very proud of them. They were a gift. We don't know from whom. Spirits have their own lives. But the sponges are fabulous at absorbing this kind of stuff. And she puts them into the abdomen of Mau Mau Tia. And they begin to absorb the junk. She does not squeeze these sponges out. That's not what you do. You put them in the bowl, and then you take the bowl and transmute all of them. So that she has an infinite number of these sponges. And she places them into the body. They get filled. She puts them in the bowl. The rabbit is chipping away at stresses that are mostly in the upper body, not in the lower body. The rabbit is busy around the neck. Oh, the rabbit is busy with fascia. And then the rabbit merges into Tia's head. And Tia is trying on rabbit ears. It's kind of fun. They're enjoying each other's company. I'm seeing Tia and the rabbit becoming one. And grandmother's still busy with her sponges, so lots is going on. The bowl of sponges is getting quite full. She says, "Dear, would you please change that and get me a fresh bowl?" "Yes, grandmother." I take the bowl of sponges through the gateway of the west to Mac, my man who is from the north coast. He takes them and puts them into the boat. We put a bundle over them so that they stay put, and he oars off through the dark water, through a gateway of gold, and in through past that. I see him offer the sponges as gifts to a dark wave in the ocean that transmutes them. I bring a fresh bowl back to grandmother, and she's got like 40 sponges. She just fills it up. There's one more I need to get at, she says. "I'm going into the urethra, dear," she says to you, Jen. If this is all about the urethra. And then as she does that, and as she's healing into the urethra, Mau Mau looks down at her, looks up at me, and says, "That." And she points to the southwest or southeast, which for me is the direction where I see where trouble has come from. So if there's been trouble, energetic interference in somebody's life, I see that story often coming in from the southeast. It's just the way my sacred wheel works. Yours could be very different. Somebody is saying, "I told you so. I told you you shouldn't do that." There's a scolding of severe nature. And I'm seeing Jen transfiguring it. No way absorbing it, no way taking on. It's directed at her, but she's not buying that. And she uses her beautiful energetic power to transfigure and transmute it. And Tia says, "You missed a little piece, Mom." And she shows where. I see it. It looks like a screw in the floor you can't take out. Grandmother says, "Stand aside." So we all stand aside. We're seeing the intractable intrusion. And then the gateway of the east opens, and a teacher of mine comes in. He bows to you. He bows to the beautiful ones of the circle. He asks you to lend your power to him, to give him the strength to lift this out and transmute it. And I see you praying to him, giving him the power. And he takes that and he goes, he's got it. And it becomes nothing. And he takes it through into the dragon world. And they breathe on it. They remove the part of it that is valueless to Jen, the part that is problematic. And they restore the part of it that is beneficial and part of her truth. They make that into a diamond, and the man comes back with the diamond, gets onto a knee, and presents it to Jen. And Tia goes, just like that. That's how you take it. She commands Jen to take it that way. Jen, you say, does this mean we're getting married? And he says, he gets this look in his eye. Maybe someday, honey, maybe someday. But the diamond goes into your heart. So funny. And as you take that, you are reconnected to a tribe of your people where your connection is most strong. My teacher bows and thanks you for the honor and honors all of you for helping. It takes a village. It takes a tribe. And then he goes over to Tia and offers her a dollop of cream off the tip of his finger. She says, I don't normally do that, you know, with the colitis, but and it's got medicines in it. Amber comes over. Thanks, Rabbit, for merging. And she brings a white fluffy cloak to put around Tia. Tia, darling, your life is about to become more interesting than it was, and then to become extremely beautiful and what you've been seeking. Give me your stress and your body worry right now. Give it all to me. Well, okay, she does. And have this. She gives her the power of pear, which is a healing power that Amber uses. And she takes the white funnel of light, which is her way of fixing what's wrong in a kitty's internals. And she, grandmother, dances and dances a song to enhance the power, and Amber pours that power in and reforms and reconfigures the kitty. All the sponges are gone. The trees begin to shimmer and sing the song of divinity for Jen and for Tia. And I see them now dancing together like us in infinity sign. The wonderful, beautiful white lady from the north, from the east coming and being part of it. The diamond in Jen's heart connecting her to her. It's like moral certitude. It's exactly what it is moral certitude. And then Tia takes a big sigh and says, this is why I came here. And now we can finally go to our new home. I thank the circle, including all of you, for holding the support here. And when I'm doing a session, I always finish by asking the client, Jen, do you have any questions?
Are there any remedies or anything, medicines I can give Tia to support her?
There probably are, but less is more. Connected flow would be your best remedy that we can give you, and that would be the best approach that I can share.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You have a great homeopathic vet in your area. Her name is Anna Gardner. I think she changed her name, but I'll get you her number and she will give you all the answers to this remedy and that remedy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So grateful.
My pleasure. All right, you guys. There. Woo! Ha! So let's see if you guys have any questions about how that just went down. I'm going to recap for you first, so because it might have been kind of, there I am. It might have been kind of hard to follow. My sessions have they're non-linear, but they have order. And the order is that first we call in the spirits, then we call in the client, we establish the connection with communication. And in a healing session, that may be a minor communication. In a, I want to know all about this, that, and the other session, an animal communication session, that can be quite extensive. In this case, our mission was to bring in healing power for Tia and to help Jen and Tia release the stress from the current situation, be protected and guided into the next situation, and have the healing energy restored in both of them. That was my mission. The intrusions inside Tia were interesting, and an intrusion is the energetic aspect of the trouble. It can be the energetic aspect of a bacteria or a virus, of a curse, it's something like that. It can be the energetic aspect of the stress that you've taken on that build up and hold in your system like that. That's all intrusion. And the spirits release that intrusion, they take it away, they transmute it so that it no longer can create harm to you or anybody else, or your animal or anybody else. And then they infuse with power to restore the harmony and the balance. So Grandmother Sunflower uses these cool sponges to suck the intrusions up, and then she carefully plunks them onto a dish. And those dishes are taken out into the ocean, and Mac, who does this work, serves them to the ocean and transmutes them. The healing power that came in was multifold, but the part that I'm recalling most strongly was Amber putting in the white light power from her healing thing. It's like this thing. The wrapping of the white around Tia and the connection of Tia and Jen to their teacher, who brings them into a web of connection to guide them. And for Jen, the power of the diamond in her heart. So another level of intrusion that we addressed there was that Tia showed us a stressor that had come in for Jen, that Jen had done a really great job of fixing, except this one piece that got lodged. Sound like life, you guys? You know, I'm so good at, but that little tiny dang thing got stuck in there. So you guys collectively helped the spirit who dislodged that, who is very, he's like, this man is a she, he's a fairy being. And when he appears, he looks like us often, and very realistic to us. He looks like a big giant woodsman. He's fabulous. And he presented the diamond in a way like a groom would, which is why Jen responded saying, oh my God, are we getting married? But that was actually important because the diamond connected Jen back to her soul tribe, to the people, the spirit people that she's really with. And yeah, she might marry somebody there. Who are we to say who we marry in the spirit world? I'm just saying. So you guys got to witness quite a lot with that. Do you have any questions? I am gonna, you can unmute if you have questions. Just go ahead and unmute and ask. I don't have any way of really keeping track of all this.
Carla, it's Kim. It was interesting to me that you brought both the client and the cat into your healing circle. I've always kept the two very separately. If I'm working with if my goal is to heal the cat, I bring just the cat in. If I want to bring something back to the human, I'll send my spirit guides back to the human. But I guess part of my training was like, keep those energies separate. And you handled both of them in the circle together.
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated at your, how do I say, your choreography. Like you've got Jen and the cat and the circle of trees of everybody in the class. And it's just amazing how you can control the circus of everybody's presence.
Well, here's the thing. We're a web. I mean, we are. We're in connected flow, which is one of the things that I hands-on shamanic healing practice. The real strong magic happens when you connect your heart to the heart of the animal, and both your hearts to the environment. They're protected, loving, caring tribe and people. And that's when the community begins to really reinforce and do healing work. And you might say, oh my God, this could invite in God knows what. But when you call in with the way that we did, and you're working with your sacred tree, the sacred space you're creating is dang near absolute. And what happens inside it becomes what's needed for those who are involved. The spirit will never, grandmother will never invade the human's space. We call the person in with the animal, but if that person is reticent and has reasons for not wanting to have that healing on themselves, we don't do it. They just stand witness and hold the space with us. So it's all about really trusting your teachers. Everything I did because Grandmother Sunflower said, now this, now that, now here, now there, now we are. And the team that I work with will flow into me one at a time and become and do. And then I go back to the cat, what do you need? I need this. I go back to the cat, what do you need? And the little pieces for Jen were really important because she is in charge of taking care of the energetic space for Tia. She's got to find the new house. She needs the support to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a big deal. And Jen, you're a little bit scared about it too. I would be. I know that when I am leaving someplace and I don't know where I'm going, I'm like, terrified. Mm-hmm. I'm the worst in that situation. Mm-hmm. So was that appropriate for you, Jen? Did you feel like that was in alignment with you?
Oh yeah, bang on. And I think just this crazy market, I'd like to buy something so we're not moving around, and everything's just gone crazy with selling. So I have anxiety about that and trying to trust that we will find the perfect space.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and everyone's support here.
Mm-hmm.